Did you just... This is why we don't do drugs, kids. This is why you don't overtake your dosage of pills either. If you do, you'll end up like you did in this episode. Just puking up blood and having his heart stop. Just, guess it was a little bit extreme, but still, just like, holy shit! He just... You know what? I'm gonna say right now. We know, it's obvious. He's the main character, he's not gonna die. We see the opening song, we saw the preview of next week's episode. I mean, it's very obvious that Yu is not gonna die. We know he has some form of different being inside of him, which is a Seraph, because we saw it in the last season. We also saw some of its power pop out when Yu kind of went unconscious and died. So, we know for a fact he's not dead. The main thing is just like, holy shit, the way he... Just what happened there. Just that escalated quickly. He's just sitting there. He's like, I want to go save Gurren. Pops 2 pills in his mouth. He's like, just blood everywhere. Just like, dude, chill. Like, shit. Okay. So this episode, about 80% of the episode, to 70 to 80% of the episode, it's focusing with giving up on Gurren, or moving on, and pretty much leaving Gurren behind, because Gurren right now is captured. Trying to save him will cost more lives, and it won't help anybody by trying to go save him, which Yu is against this entire fact, because he remembers a conversation he had with Gurren in the past, which I'll get into in a second. But as one event leads to another, they have to leave Gurren, and there was a lot of emotional feels in that part of the episode. Like, you have it where the characters are looking at each other and they're like, holy shit, I'm gonna have to leave my best friend behind I've known for a long time, and then they had to leave. So it was very sad, because, I mean, Gurren... He's always been shown to be a stuck-up asshole in some ways, but he is a good character. We've seen his character and the way he cares about everybody from these past couple episodes. We know he cares, and seeing the way they had to leave him behind, and he's like, leave me, and he's just getting fucking beat on the ground, just Crowley's just beating him on the ground, and he's still screaming like, leave me behind, you know, you carry on the mission, for the mission, and he's just getting the shit knocked out of him. It goes to show you what type of person he is. Like, he's willing to throw his own life away to save everybody else, but also protect the mission to make sure humanity won't go extinct, because there's a lot riding on this, you know, decoy mission at the moment, because at this time, we know that there's another operation going on. We do know that there's an entirely big operation for the human side. They're about to go attack and initiate, and right now, our squad with, you know, you and them, they're like a decoy, and they're technically fodder. That's the best way to put it. Like, right now, they're on the front lines to be fodder for the other main unit to come in and do their real damage. So, it's kind of sad, because it's like this entire unit's supposed to die, or a majority of them are supposed to die to be able to save time, and with that, it allows you to know that this right here is not even the main fight. This is just like a precursor to what is about to happen. Like, besides the leaving behind Gurren aspect of this episode, the other half of the episode was mainly focusing on the build-up to the war, or the fight that's about to go down. And we do know the title of this season of Seraph at the End references a war that's about to happen. So with that, we know that this battle is probably going to get pretty damn intense, and we also saw that experiment a couple episodes back that led to probably what is ever in that crate in this episode, because you see this crate get onto a plane and it's shipped off, and my assumption is that whatever's in that is either a Seraph, the experiment we saw maybe a couple episodes back, or maybe some form of nuke. I'm just saying, it could be any of those, but whatever it is, that's definitely going to be something very vital for the remainder episodes of Seraph of the End Season 2. Now, let's dive into the flashback of Gurren and what he said to Yu, and what really changed his mentality, and what helped Yu move on from the loss of his family. So, that little flashback, a very sweet flashback, because we get to see how Gurren and Yu connect, and what kind of how Yu was able to move on from the loss of his family, and what really drove him to find a goal, a new motive, and also how he felt this new family. So, Gurren walks into his room, and you see Yu how he's very scared. He's shaking, we see it to where he can't sleep, and judging by the way Gurren was talking with how Yu wet the bed, I don't know if that is true or not, but we can assume that he's probably wet the bed in the past because he was scared having these nightmares about his family being chopped up, which I think any normal kid at that age probably would be fucking scared if you saw your family just getting chopped up in front of you. So, yeah, I understand why you would be scared. So Gurren walks in, and he's like, here, I'm here, I'm going to stay here until you fall asleep, I'll comfort you until you pass out, and then you eventually have it to where you ask questions and stuff, and Gurren, they talk back and forth, and Gurren's like, you need to continue to live, you need to live until you find a new motive, a new reason to live. And Gurren actually elaborates on his past, saying, like, at one point in time in my past, I also experienced something very similar to what you're experiencing. I lost someone I cared about, or I lost someone I really tried to protect, and it's gone now, and I continued on miserably living. And it's very sad dialogue from Gurren. He reveals more about his character and what drove him to be what he is today, and probably some of his emotions that he set into that probably plays a huge role into why he's telling everybody to run and leave him, because he doesn't want anyone else to die or lose anyone else. He'd rather have everybody else live on while he passes on to save everybody else. Now, Crowley, getting into his fight, Crowley just gave no fucking shits to the lava illusion. Like, he's just standing in the lava, and you just see this fire all around him, and he's like, I don't give a fucking shit. He's just standing in this lava pool, and of course it's an illusion, but still, he's just having this, like, atmosphere around him like he doesn't care. And it's so funny seeing how he acted so differently from everybody else. Like, he didn't even really react that much. He's like, oh, an illusion magic that can affect a noble, And it was pretty funny how he just dispelled it. He just, like, slashes his sword, and you just see the illusion just disappear. So it goes to show you once again how strong Crowley is as a noble vampire to be able to even do something like that. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. How do you all feel about this week's episode? How do you feel about you pretty much taking too many pills and dying? How do you feel about him most likely going into a Seraph mode next week? How do you feel about the main operation taking place? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You'll have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.